This is gonna be a very different video from the norm. Okay. Um, it really pulled on my heart to kind of say thank you. Um, lately, lately life has been pretty shit, honestly. Um, a lot of struggles, a lot of hardship, a lot of heartache. And as a content creator, um my objective is to post entertaining content, and enjoyable content for everybody to look at and hopefully grow a name for myself. Like most of these content creators out here. Um, but what all of these content creators had in common is they had a plethora of people, most likely their parents, or yeah, most times their parents that believed in the impossible and was pushed to strive for said impossible. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have parents like that. I have parents that are like have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I have parents that are like, nah, this is gonna be a hobby until you can allow it to grow for itself. Most of these other parents whose children now became this super big um content creator, streamer, whatever you want to call it, they didn't come with that same philosophy. They were like, if this is what you want to do and this is a passion, go for it. And they did just that and they took off. Um Benji Fish, prime example. Now, don't nobody really, unless you're like OG, you don't really know about Benji Fish. But Benji Fish, from the age of like 13, started being a content, started video gaming, started being a content creator and things like that. And his mom bought him a PC. It wasn't like the best thing in the world, but bought him a PC. My parents never did that. My parents never My parents told me how to work for it, but never gave it to me. Um, Everything that I have that is pushing towards the passion that I have to be a content creator is everything that I worked for. And I have those certain people um that believe in the impossible. And you will see in a whole lot of my videos that, I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm cussing, I'm like breaking the sound barrier, and I get really upset. And then, I start, bashing the fact that this is a passion of mine. I start screaming about the fact that I'm doing this for like a whole five people. I'm doing this for quite literally a handful of people. Um, why am I doing this if nobody's watching? Why am I doing this if I'm not making any progress, etc., etc. And those five people are the reason why I try so hard and I thrive so hard. Honestly, real talk, those five people, um, are like the entire reason why I'm basically an oxymoron. Because I've said on plenty of times, on plenty of different occasions. I hate Fortnite. I hate this game. I hate the people I have to deal with. You know, I hate content creating because I'm over here creating content for like a whole lot of nobodies. Um like, nobody, not a whole lot of nobodies, but like a whole lot of nobody watching basically. You know. I'd say the same thing on Twitch. I'm streaming for a whole 5 people and I'm streaming for like 8 hours a day, and that's the only thing I'm doing, and I'm not even hitting payout and blah blah blah. Um, all of these different things, and yet you will see me the very next day, and Alex will sit there and joke me for it till the day I die because he knows me well. I'll sit there and be like, man, I hate this game. I'm not ever doing this again. I'm not ever touching this again. And then I'll be on in 15 minutes. Um, and there's a couple of things that I want to kind of get into real quick. Um, as I'm thanking certain people individually, um, I thank God first of all, um, because He's always first. Um, a lot of times it feels like I was abandoned by Him, but at the end of the day, He's the one that wakes me up in the morning, and He's the one that literally pushes me out of the bed and onto my beanbag and has me press record. Because in my own mind, in my own body, I feel like laying in this bed and not ever getting up, like ever. But somehow, some way, I'm out the bed and I'm recording, and I feel like He's the one that really gave me the tenacity and the drive that a lot of people really don't have. Because a lot of people, like Alex, perfect example, he'll sit there and be like, I don't feel like streaming today, or I don't feel like recording. I just feel like playing today. Um, you don't have to record today. You can just take a break, blah, blah, blah. He has that mentality, and I don't knock him for it. Sometimes you just need that kind of break, but I don't have that mentality. My mentality is that this is my job now. I am recording all the time. I am playing to record all the time. I'm playing to post content. I'm playing, for this, that, and third. There is no breaks, and that's a lot of drive and tenacity that a lot of people don't have. Some people some people like actually get up there and they actually make it, and then they just decide to post whenever they feel like it. Not with any kind of consistency or anything like that, but just whenever they feel like it. Um but I'm constantly given that tenacity where every single day I'm posting a series, I'm posting, you know, dreadful 2 hour long videos of what it feels like forever. I'm up at like 1 o'clock in the morning posting, um, videos that, I just recorded. Um, I'm even ahead of the game. So instead of just recording one video and being, done with it, I have like, 4 days ahead, you know, of premieres and, things like that. So, I thank him for that. And I do truly feel that as I continue progressing in this content creation, that all this hard work will pay off. Um, Even though I might say otherwise, that is the whole reason why I'm an oxymoron, because life gets tough. And as life gets tough, you're gonna hear me say that I really don't want to do this. You're gonna hear me say that I regret doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Um, my wife, I think her probably as a physical human being, the most out of anybody else in this close circle that I have here. because countless nights am I sitting up, walking around the entire house, ranting to her about all of the bullshit that happens on a day-to-day basis. She's like my gossip buddy for everything that I'm like passionate about. And sometimes it gets confusing because she's like so supportive of any decision that it's like that I'm like, yeah, I definitely need to quit content creating. She's like, okay, I'm all for it. And then I'm like, nah, I need to keep moving. And she's like, okay, all for it. And then she'll be like, and then she'll know that my ultimate goal is to be a content creator, and I'll sit there and tell her like, I really don't want to do this shit no more. Like, I'm making no fucking progress. And then she'll be like, yeah, but think about all the people that you're like you're doing this for. And then like we'll go back and forth. And half the time she's not doing anything but repeating my own words and reminding me of what I said. And then the best part about it all is she's sitting here like, I like to watch your content. And I'm like, huh. And she's like, please keep posting. And so I'm like, well, shit, that's one person that likes my content. Um, and she keeps that motivation when I feel like nobody else does. Um, even when she's not even in the mental state to um, you know, help me. She'll still try to find a way to give me that motivation. Um, and then Alex, my brother, that is my little brother. He's been here since day one. I mean, he's been here since before I became Zay the Assassin. Like, he was here when he was here, and I think only he will remember this. He was here when I decided that I wanted, just for a joke, flirt with this one e-girl that ended up kicking me out of the chat. And we were absolutely dying laughing after that whole thing happened, because she would read it in full disgust, because it's not like I was actually trying to like do anything. I was the corniest motherfucker that I think anybody would have ever seen in that chat. And I think everybody was like fucking cringing so hard. And then I got like completely, I think I got banned. I'm not gonna lie. I think I got banned, and we were just dying laughing. And then all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, I like have a Twitch account now. And he was my first follower. He was my first follower. Um, he was my biggest gifter whenever he had the money. He was my biggest gifter. Um, I think he was my biggest gifter just all around. Um, he gifted like, I forgot how many subs he gifted, but he gifted a hell of a lot of subs. In bits and everything. And just that month alone, payout was like 150 something, which is the highest payout I've ever gotten, and that's all because of that man right there. Um, he's in pretty much. He's always in all of my streams. When I do stream. Um, and he, every now and then we do have, our disagreements. We do have um a difference in mindset every now and then. because he thinks one way, I think another way. But at the end of the day, that's still my little brother, and that will always be my little brother. And he said this to me long time ago. Um, he's he said this long time ago, and every now and then he'll low key kind of remind me of it. And he's told me he aspires to be me, and that's that's really big because I've never had anybody aspire to be me before. So it gives me that extra push and that extra motivation to be somebody to aspire. Um, and that's really big. Um, I think Jordan for sure. He pulled up a little late to the scene. Not gonna lie. Um, but when he showed up with like complete open arms. Like he showed up with a "what do you need from me" kind of thing. Um, he showed up and he was like, if you need me to create like 17 different accounts, I can do that just to, get your view count up. If you need me to do XYZ, I can do XYZ. Um, I never forget, I'm sitting up in my living room at like 11 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, you should have 6 viewers now because I'm logged into like six different accounts. Um, he's also in all of my streams. He's in most of my videos, and he's over here telling me, for the people in my close circle, I'm willing to do whatever. He's one of those people, along with the people listed that believe in the impossible. Um, and he's one of the most, supportive people just right off the rip. Like he's real. He might be a deadbeat because it's deadbeat Jordan, but still, like he's one of the best friends that I've ever had, and he's gotten he's probably the quickest person to get as close to me as he did, just because of the kind of person that he is. I I've never had anybody get as close to me that fast as Jordan did, because a lot of times I have, trust issues. I have people issues because, I don't like fake people. Jordan's real. Um, even Cryptic. Cryptic showed up. He showed up a little late. Um, but he's been here. He's always been here. He's in like every stream, and he's a good kid. Um, and I like that he's always here. And even his dad, who I met the other day, his dad's like so cool, you know. Um, and Cryptic talks like a lot about me. Um, and like he talks so much good about me that sometimes I'm just over here like, wait a minute. Um, what what do you like? He's over here telling me that I'm the controller version of Clicks. He's over here telling me that I'm the best zero builder that he's ever seen. He told his dad that I'm the guy who's in tournaments all the time. You know how much I would have to live up to that if that's like really what it was? Like the guy that's in tournaments all the time. That makes me sound like I'm like actually clicks or something. That makes me sound like I done won like millions of dollars off of this game already. That makes me sound like I'm just a low key sweat. He's like, oh yeah, he's in tournaments all the time. He's probably had like $100,000 in earnings so far. Um, but even then, I was, his dad was sitting there, and I was talking to his dad, and I was like, he talks a lot about me, but I wouldn't call it, the guy that is in tournaments all the time. I just say I'm a content creator. Um, And, his dad was like, "Oh, really?" Now, mind you, his dad don't even know me. The only thing his dad knows is whatever Cryptic told him. Um, so, uh, his dad, like, immediately was kind of like, "Oh, yeah, let me check you out," And then his dad was like, "Oh, it'd be really cool if we were in, any of your videos." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, he's in pretty much all of them." He's in a lot of them. He was in the 1v1, he was in, this, that, and third. And he was like, yeah, he gave me a subscribe on YouTube. He said he was gonna shout me out on Facebook. He and this is just some dude that I just now met. And he immediately was, with came with open arms and was like, how can I help you, get further? And just Cryptic and his whole just him as a whole, he's a good kid. Um, love him dearly. Even Caleb, haven't talked to him in a minute, in a minute, but he's always been there. He's there a little bit differently though, because you know yes, him, just like all of these people that I mentioned. Yes, he believes in the impossible, but he's one of those people that's like, hey, you've been working so damn hard that I think we all need a break. And he'll just sit there and we'll go out to eat or something. We'll go to the movies or something. A little break from, this house that I'm cooped up in. So, he's there to get me out of the house. Um, Despite the fact that he has his own goals that he's getting to. He's trying to get himself um his car fixed, or a new car. I think it's a new car. Um, that he was trying to get, or a car fixed, or whatever. But he still decides to go out of his way to, pay for an Uber to go to Dave and Buster's or something, or go to Roadhouse and grab something to eat or something like that. Um, and I don't think I've really had very many people um do that. And even my coworkers at one of my old jobs, um, those are like my sisters, like for real. Um, I could probably text them right now and ask for a favor or something, and and while I was at that job, they gave me so much energy. Um, and I gave them that energy in return, and it was just like a bouncy ball of energy, just back and forth, back and forth. They had their own, dreams and aspirations and things that they were working towards. And I had my own that I was working towards. And it was constant, like, yeah, that's dope, or no, that's not. That should go this way. Or, yeah, I like that. I like that. Or, no, I don't like that a whole lot. That's not, nah. Or, I'm so, proud of, where you've gotten to, or, anything like that. But it's like, while I was there, they gave me so much energy, and, you know, and it made my work life, also my streaming life, so much better because of the kind of energy that they gave me, because I know that if anything else, if nobody else was available for me to share my accomplishments with, I know that I could, like, text them or pull up the work, and show them um what my accomplishments, and they'd be like, yo, that's so cool. um and just all around, life is life right now. But I still want y'all to know that, I truly do, like, I love y'all, okay? And I do this for y'all. And all this suffering that I'm going through and reload right now just to post some content for y'all, I do this for y'all. Um, I do this to you know I do this for the vision that y'all have just as much as I do it for the vision that I have. Because what I told Jordan the other day and what I tend to notice is everybody else who believes in you has just as much of a vision as you do. So for example, I can sit there and say that I can envision myself whipping a new Lamborghini and a Porsche in a 5-story mansion. And just as much as I can envision myself in a Porsche, a Lamborghini, and a 5-story mansion, my wife can envision me living in that same 5-story mansion, trying to figure out where the fuck the bathroom is. Um, and whipping a Volkswagen Beetle because she not into all them fancy stuff. Um, I can sit there and envision myself in a 12-car garage, with a 10-story building that is basically built like a fucking apartment complex. And Alex can be over here envisioning, um, as soon as wifey goes to work, I'm pulling up to this building and we streaming all day just because. Um, I can envision I can envision owning a whole Slim Jim company just because, and Jordan can envision me giving him a lifetime supply of Slim Jims just because, we have the as much as I have a vision for myself, the same people that are supporting me have that same vision, if not an even bigger vision. And so I thank y'all because I do this for that vision. I do this to prove to y'all that y'all support is not going in vain. Y'all support is not being taken lightly, being taken for granted. Um y'all's belief in me is why we're still here. Um Posting this dreadful series. Um and I thank y'all and I do truly love y'all and I will be posting um more content as um as the season is getting ready to end and we're getting ready to go in a much bigger Marvel season, which I don't exactly know if this computer is going to be able to take that. So I might not be able to stream the stream or record any of the newer season unless somebody comes on through and decides to bless me with an Xbox or something like that so that I can actually like stream it or you know anything like that. But I thank y'all and I love y'all. Y'all are the best and I really do truly do this for y'all.